just dead.
Actually, never mind. The prick is gone.
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts...
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute... His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him. I repeat, an absolute cunt. The only people who could stand to be around him, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in... We've hated each other our entire... Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words? In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something. Let me see. This was 60 years ago. I'm sorry, officer. I just...
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. Yes.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But yes? What about...
Yes.
It is what it is. I just don't know anymore.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I'm afraid they're closed. It says here.
We should try again.
Anything else, Detective? 57th, over and...
In the cabin, you see a set of steering... An old monument, a matrix of... There are no lights. The old king looks... Girl child, you hear her say.
Huh? What is it? What are you...
A lorry stuck in the windows, fumes of heavy fuel.
Your raised descent has only worsened.
Just try again. This is one of those things where the wise sage wants you.
Inane popular culture.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner.
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. I am.
This is the night watchman. Take it. It's just, generally speaking, it would be dishonorable to take it. But then, it looks like a military uniform, and we're in that.
I suppose René is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste, though. Fantastic. Try not...
Welcome back, gentlemen.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back. No trouble at all, mister. No trouble.
Mr. Dubois, I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like that, with a gun. You can do my. Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up? I told you she was a piece of work, Harry, but I knew you could handle it. I know my... Ah, yes, I was informed. It seems to be a big undertaking. What are you hoping to achieve with it exactly? Interesting. This is a small fortune waiting to be... I'm glad to see you making headway with your endeavors, Mr. Dubois. I look forward to see... Ah, yes, I was informed. A vanity project? Or is this your way of
We are. And we will do our...
Indeed. I'm glad to see you make...
Hello again, officers. I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners. They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place. Thank you for passing on the message. Now run along, Piggy. They just... In which case...
This battle is not going to be worth your while. The display rack is brimming. This is entirely, completely you. Mountains of it. Heroic quantities of rows and rows of Heimdallmen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall, and maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound. Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdallman, and so much more. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heimdall in chains. She's laughing at him. But between the throne and the Heimdallman lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman. Especially those leering types who seem to wear nothing but an armored bikini. There's also some sort of a snake lizard beast. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
It is a bestseller for a reason.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelves.
If you say so, but you better stay away from those immoral, occult, rich...
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels.
Of course. Such
Shelves full of biographies of famous people. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biography.
Hum, I can't have you end up, like, opening a...
Amidst the various books, the point of the book, various paranatural... Large letters on the front form a title, Wirral. The colorful box is illustrated with bucolic vistas. The cover art, also text underneath the title in smaller typeface, reads, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel adds, a sword and sorcery adventure board game. A blurb on the back reads, tired of the tedium and toil of modern life? Escape to Wirral. Leave behind Isolas and nations with their petty squabbles. Discard electricity, magnets, and boring technological widgets. Succumb to a world of high pasternal fantastique. Unleash your imagination and create an adventure of endless possibilities. Exactly. That's the spirit. All you have to do is, in no time, you could be romping through grasslands with low-level characters, hunted by Iskala riders, or battling unspeakable. Don't forget heated arguments escalating to physical confrontation with your friends. And beer. Lots, and most importantly, never forget to rage quit if the dice don't go your way. You pry open the box. Inside you find a folded up map, a small booklet, a reprint of a crude hand-drawn map. The top left corner reads, Lands of Wirral. The map features both small villages and mid-sized towns. It doesn't seem to correspond with anything you've seen thus far. It's not a very helpful. A quick guide to the magical races of Wirral. Create your own hero. choosing from any of these completely unique and the options are in order of importance. The Welkin, the Tueog, the humans, the fairy folk, and the pygmies. The Welkin, tall, lithe, and graceful, with long flowing hair and point. The Welkin come with a variety of exciting sub-races. High Welkin, Forest Welkin, Lake Welkin, and Snow Welkin. But if you're not feeling experimental, a basic Welkin will always do. A grand race of industrious mountain people. They're short, stout, and muscular, and enjoy digging for gold and other precious minerals. The Tueog also come in a few different sub-races. They're just humans. What else is there to tell? A very small race of flying people, known for being mischievous, full of trickery. They often lure people into their magical traps. There are no sub-races for the fairies. The least popular of the Wirral races, the pygmies, are short, rotund, and dim-witted. Pygmies live in small villages made of shoddy wooden dwellings. They spend most of their days tilling the earth and smoking their pipes. There are no sub-races for the pygmies. It's made from some sort of wood and has been decorated with peculiar plant motifs. You place the die into your pocket. It's always good to have luck on your side. You see a man in ragged clothes wearing a lopsided hat and wielding some sort of a firearm.
Interesting. A communard. It is not. The communards are not a part of the game setting. I guess someone misplaced it during the packaging process. Good luck finding people who'd want to play as communard.
You see a man in ragged...
Interesting. A communard. One of the leftist revolutionaries in the anti-centennial. The figurine is not a part of the real game setting. I have a feeling the figurines are more there to set the scene than anything else.
You pick the figurine up by the base to meet your gaze. The little plastic man stares back at you, his face contorted into a disturbing shout. Then you pocket it. A colorful box with the title, "We're Up." In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up, the tagline reads, "Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen." Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he is a suspect.
Are you really reading that, detective? Good luck finding it. He's not much of a character, I think you'll find. Just a stand-in for the...
The cover features the tagline reads, "Detective." Needless to say, it violates.
Are you really reading that, detective? Well, you won't find it in there. Those books are much more about ravishing.
When was the last time you ravished? The story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the Insulindian coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked, then returns home, where he passes out drunk. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law, but also extremely accurate in your case. Give it time. You'll fall off the wagon sooner or later. 2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vesper police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vesper police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and...
What's the matter, detective?
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the idea that his profession will rarely, if ever, be accurately represented in art and literature. They're not shitting you, detective. This is what the writers think passes for police procedure. Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named, and not just any dame. She's truly one in a million, a knockout whose mind is as dangerous. Secrets are the currency of human relation. Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover and that he was mixed up with a local amphetamine smuggling operation. As soon as Mullen begins, not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvald, each of whom, outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his share of suspects to pulp. But he's also dirty and increasingly paranoid that someone's going to expose his role in the drug ring. He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible that a typical privileged twat, in all likelihood, he's just in over his head? He does bear. The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullen's manly build, but he is the correct height. And while interrogating him at his home, Mullen did notice a certain overcoat. Torvald, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol steady enough. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history, and while interrogating him, one evening, Deanna Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. Yes, comfort and pleasure. Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer. The man's a prosecutor's nightmare. Solving a murder, that's just Dick Mullen's modus operandi. He might bend the rules, but he closes cases. As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette, I love you. The name of the... Always aim for the center of mass. Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow. Who can you trust in this wicked, messed up world? That's exactly what Dick Mullen... Unfortunately, your eyes might not be up to the task. Speaking of, should you maybe consider getting corrective lenses? Your nose is like 2 centimeters from the... When Mullen comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hop. Mullen trashes his blood-stained clothes and fleeing a crime scene, destroying evidence. Dick Mullen won't be sent to the clink for the sake of... The heat is on. If Dick... Can you solve the case before the cops close in? What is it, detective? It's a dangerous line of work, but somebody... What's the matter? Have you gone over everyone? Is anybody... There was never a time when he wasn't a detective. For a moment, you cease to read the story on the page. From nowhere, you hear the screech of sneak. You won't find the answers you're looking for here, in other words. So, who did it, detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve? Could be. Who knows? You begin furiously flipping through pages. You try to grab the pages. Dozens of pages scatter across the floor. The last fifth.
Too bad, detective. And on that note...
In your hand, you hold 4... Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help? Billy Majon, you said.
On Moreau Drive in Central Jamrock, in a darkened hall.
Yes, hello, are you still there? Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work. Marie? Marie? Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet. Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her. Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie? She said it was an older man, and that... Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any... Happy we could help.
Anything else you need from me? One moment. Can you please describe the body?
The man was about...
Any signs of violence? No field de top.
You can hear her quickly.
What about his belongings? Any information on the library card? Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case? I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. That's all for now. Thank you for 57th. Over and out.
In the cabin, you see...
Give me a moment. It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Majons in apartment 20 up.
This door is made of metal. No one.
Let's go.
A weathered brown door. Something's... The lieutenant. This is the door. You already know it's the right door.
You're right.
You hear some light footsteps.
We have our first preliminary identification. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done dead. Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
The lieutenant motions toward, and someone turns down the radio. He gives you a short, tidying up.
Hello, I'm Billy.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief.
Is this about Victor, my husband? No, this is something...
It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. Jolie is 16 and Jenny... The girls are staying...
She swallows.
He has a problem. He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came. His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket, but Yes. The lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around.
She folds. Here it comes. I don't want to. I don't want to do this. Force yourself. Slap yourself.
Say what?
Officer.
Too late. You ruined it.
Excuse me? What?
She's in...
We are very sorry to inform you, but your husband, Victor Méjean, was...
Oh. But...
I understand that this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me...
What happened to him? Tell me. Why? It's...
You stupid...
It looks like he slipped on the boardwalk. Fatally, I'm afraid.
And you just... How long had he been there?
She doesn't reply. You hear the clock ticking.
Is there anyone we could call for you?
No. I just need to tell...
It burns like...
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come? All right.
She can't take much more.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him? No, I meant...
He was taken to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Is there anything else?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still a bit... a brain condition.
Yes, you're a total fucking horror show.
Again, if there's a...
She just not. These are her last...
I'll take it from here. Thank...
We should step outside and talk.
So we've been monitoring you internally. And now, yes, guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copotype from sorry to anything. Yes, impotent rage, and of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info.
So, the death notification. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. That's it. We should get back to our case. And, officer, I've seen worse.
I really have, he thinks. She...
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know.
To the left of the croissants and juice bottles, several... A colourful display of cigars.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Okay, here. Here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you... Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste...
An old monument, a matrix of... There are no lights. The old king looks...
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed. The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. The shine on these sunglasses.
No luck.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You, alright, but these actually make your vision. Yes, but they also.
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
A man who knows his style. Much respect.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
You keep coming back.
You find your hand. The box.
Economical, but
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trip. All the old boombox.
Hello, hello. I doubt it, but
The pawnbroker's gaze.
Sure, let me have a look. Alright, let's see it. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't need bloodthirsty mercenaries knocking on my door looking for their missing toys. Besides, this gear costs a fortune.
It feels like he would have accepted the risk if he hoped to profit from it. It's not greed, though. Deep down, he's a gambler, provided the stakes are sufficient.
Oh, no. Aphotic paths? Counter-radiance networks? I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Oh, aphotic paths? More than sure. What else have... Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
trap is This isn't just glass. Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nerve.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why,
the rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. These? No. These are all...
All you'll find here is pain. There it is again, like a swarm.
No, what do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and it looks like our suspect. If she's in here, once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union...
This part of town is a fine clockwork. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's dangerous. Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict.
Let's try not to worry.
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough.
I wouldn't be so sure. You have...
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be...
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blocked.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it... Can't say it's a pleasure, officer.
As she says the word, officer, you feel a spike in the agony. No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience.
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If I'm using a pale latitude compressor, You were
blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expect.
You should probably check on Kim. That's what good partners do.
Right behind you, officer.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the...
So, what we are experiencing?
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. Its at the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're big boys, you can handle it. God damn it. Fine, I can dial it down.
She's carrying a 2-barreled front. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. She looks at the machine.
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am, put...
Oh, yes it is.
She pulls the trigger before you finish your sentence. This isn't just glass. Yes, filament. The how was...
So it is. The rest of the building seems to have these.
All you'll find here. There it is again.
No. What do you mean? I don't feel it, but no. But you looks like our suspect. Once we detain him.
This part of town, keep calm. go over the whole situation.
I leave that to your well, we are not responsible.
Let's try not.
I think I see a cavern.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Or maybe not. Either way, once.
Suddenly, your entire body is like 1,000 radiant.
I know you're feeling can't say it's a pleasure, officer.
As she says the word, often, that's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself?
I'm using a pale latitude.
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Wow. Check out the big brains on...
You should probably check on Kim.
Right behind.
A pale latitude compressor. Signals are relayed across...
So,
precisely. This, at the upper limit, is the large prime number generator station. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed... Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is. If you've got something... God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk...
She's carrying well. It doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now.
No, I didn't do it. I own... Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No. Oh. I knew that... But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? My boys? What? I don't even understand what... Oh. Doesn't even matter. How can they be my boy? How the fuck do the rest of you get by? I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all. Like what? I already told you I didn't do it. I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Yeah, sure. And I didn't like wild pines sending in those foreign hirelings. I'm listening. Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress. Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some... Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time. Wow, now I'm curious. Please, explain. No, not since... Why? Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in the fuck to elevate, not particularly. I'm not really into old shit.
God damn it!
Don't know it, but also, the shot couldn't have come from the roof.
She has a point.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. The view's pretty bomb, too. It's very powerful. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, and... Sure don't.
The breach loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
Yeah, evidence. So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going... No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are...
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even...
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
I heard you in the passages. And I've been preparing for quite a while. So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find to my back. I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now. How should I know? As I keep saying,
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired voice.
Police radio?
Who hasn't? You know, he was still warm. With the bluish light.
Claudia didn't want to turn the lamp on. She was afraid of another shot. She eyes you.
It's okay.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hart. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her. Oh yeah, super.
This woman has seen people OD.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. She asked me to come upstairs. The murk she'd been going...
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
What? No.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised.
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admit. As I keep telling you cops, we didn't...
But even if this is true, weren't you...
War? The thought crossed my mind, but the...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because
fuck it. I'm not responsible.
Her grip on the gun is tight. Her arms toned. Her posture solid.
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to...
That strange, distant fear is...
Yes, you.
Oh, fucking hell. Me.
Fucking hell. And why me? It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here? Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates...
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She's still...
Glad to have been of assistance.
The woman runs past you and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
All things considered, it could have gone worse. No, I don't...
It's too late now, anyway.
Now we have to come up with a really good excuse for why we... Her tent.
Suddenly, your entire body is packed. It's like 1,000...
I know you're feeling pretty... Can't say it's a...
As she says the word, officer, that's an awful decision.
I'm using a pale...
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You
should probably check on Kim.
A pale latitude compressor. Signals are relayed across this...
So, what's...
Precisely. At the upper limit is the large prime number. Here, big boy.
10.
God damn it. Fine. I can...
She's carrying a 2-barrel... Well, it doesn't feel much better.
No, I did... Who ratted me out, by the way? Oh. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast.
Titus and hit.
Even now, Kim...
Well, fuck. How the fuck did the rest of you get by? What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me. Man, I was with the boys the whole night. Yeah. Can't do either. Wow. Now I'm curious. Don't know it. but the shot couldn't have come from the roof.
She has a...
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
I saw you.
That strange?
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Is that a joke? Or a... Yeah, sure.
She doesn't...
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. Yeah, other questions. I saw you...
That strange?
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell. It's especially bad suddenly.
Oh, yes, they do. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a god... Nah. That I'm not planning to shoot you is the extent of the courtesy. You know what I did. I fucked him over.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet. She looks at the...
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. A smirk crosses her face as she watches you watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
We clean up. It may take days. That tent there.
Plain red tent. It was pitched by practiced hands. The tent looks old, but well maintained, in that it reeks of cigarettes. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More technological digest. You pocket the wall. A trusted friend.
We should read this immediately. Like...
A thick journal. It's made of full-grain leather. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been... It's a mix of logistical...
It's good she left in a hurry.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latter short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Or staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. Hard to tell exactly.
There could be useful information about local operations in
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. That name isn't mentioned.
What about this M? Could this be La Puta Madre?
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut. Then again, isn't that what I've been... Were you supposed to find her? Even apart from the investigation, then? You didn't follow through. You should have shot her in the head. The thought steadies your nerves. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, the entry ends abruptly. The most recent entry is even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even.
It looks like she might have been framed.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than Ouida's. Especially if she has problems with the Madre. No, I don't think you are. Ask someone.
He truly does not believe you are.
Could have been Titus. Then again... Maybe there's a Hardy boy we've yet to... One thing is for certain. We have business...
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. It's like 1,000...
I know you're feeling pretty... I can't say it's a...
As she says the word, officer, nobody. That's not going to help.
I'm using a...
Blasted from that pale emitter.
Saw my equations? A pale latitude compressed. Signals are relayed across...
So, what we have...
Precisely. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you... No. Once I shut down the compressor... Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were if you've got something...
Then...
God damn it. Fine.
She's carrying it well. It doesn't feel much better, but she conforms...
No, I didn't. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it... Oh. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast.
Titus and his body.
Even now, Kim is a paragon of...
Well, fuck. How the fuck do the rest of you get by? I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same. Like what? I already told you I didn't do it. Man, I was with... You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time. Wow. Now I'm curious. Don't know it.
Evaluating your...
The shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a...
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
And? Sure don't.
The breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
Yeah. Evidence. Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, so... Heart of gold... Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. No. I got lucky being a dispatcher.
There. It's going to be easier to reach them.
Based on what I've heard about you...
There's a sinister note in her voice.
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. Yeah, sure. And I didn't... Plenty of broken people who don't come... I'm listening. Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
How should I know?
Those rings around her eye.
Police radio?
Who hasn't? He was still warm. But the bluish light coming through the broken window made...
She eyes you.
It's okay.
All right, don't kill... She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. No, I really... She asked me to come upstairs.
You made it look like it.
What? No.
She looks shaken.
Yeah. And she asked me to help her drag him into the shower, so yeah. I was... As I keep telling you...
But even if...
War? Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people. I saw you roll in...
So this is what that strange, distant fear is getting close.
Yes. You...
Oh, for fucking hell. It's especially bad suddenly.
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminal. Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Yeah, sure.
She doesn't...
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will... You've been to my lorry.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. The compressor lies broken on its side. She looks at...
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the words to say. Because you've been going around pointing a gun at just... A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there. The plain red tent stands. It was pitched by practice. Metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. Life is gone. She's not even asking. I do not.
That's great. For the investigation, naturally. I completely understand. Oh.
The lieutenant, look, he's able to contain the... When I said, be wacky,
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about it.
Incredible. That's beautiful.
Keeping her calm.
A Villiers 9mm. Front-loaded? Mm-hmm. Villiers and LaSalle was what? What else? It helps to sometimes hold inventory. A takeover. If they're taking it...
Green liver.
Then we're talking about a war. Everett needs to let me into the harbor at once. We need an insane goal. Cronell has 1,000 men on their payroll.
I've seen the Union's forces. They are better organized than these. It will take more than Cronell to wipe them out. Wild Pines, I am sure you have the money. The question...
What do you suggest I do?
Maybe so, Detective. But that doesn't mean we are not obliged to try and stop it.
He's right. There will be slow, simmering, hideous. What will I do?
Her arms full.
Did I ever tell you how they discovered this Isola? During our... It may be the only break we've ever caught. You're back?
She's not even asking you anything.
A takeover. Taking it.
Green livery.
Then we're talking about a war. Everett needs to let me into the harbor at once. We need an insane goal. Cronell has 1,000 men on there.
I've seen the Union's forces. It will take more than Cronell. I am sure you have them.
What do you suggest I do? Such a thing isn't in my...
It is. It is well within her character.
What will I do?
Her arms...
Did I ever tell you how they discovered this Isola? During our... You're back? Good.
She's not even asking.
A takeover. If they're taking it...
Green livery.
Then we're talking about a war. Everett needs to let me into the harbor at once. We need to talk about this. An insane goal.
I've seen the Union's forces. It will take more than... I am sure you have the money.
What do you suggest I do? Everything affects the decision-making.
Officer?
For once, I don't seem to know what the right thing to do is.
Do you think it's within my authority to give it to them? Do you think I can control the board? What will I do?
Her arms fall to her sides. Her...
You're back. Good.
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy.
A takeover. Taking it.
Green livery.
Then we're talking about a war. An insane...
I've seen it. It will take more than Crenel. I am sure you have the money.
What do you suggest I do?
One day you will realize you can't simply go around saying these things about the citizens we are here to protect.
But it is not a bluff. I assumed so before, that you're part of his ploy even. Telling me this, to keep assuming would be wishful thinking at this point. What will I do? You're back. Good.
She's not even asking you anything.
A takeover. Taking.
Green.
Then we're talking about an insane goal.
I've seen the unions for. It will take more than. I am sure you have the money.
What do you suggest I do? I'm afraid we won't disco our way out of this one. Of course. Your job is to clean up after them. And it look... What will I do?
Her arms...
Did I ever tell you how they discovered this Isola? It may be the only break we've ever caught as a species. The nations who colonized this Isola called theirs Muindi, the world. It was all they knew. All they thought would be. That there would be something more was a gamble, akin to another world, or life after death. The Pale was thought to be impregnable, perpetual. Irene la Navigateur, the Queen of Suren, sent 8 expeditions, one after the other, into the mass at the edge of the world. It was anything but normal. There was no precedent. People thought she was punishing the admirals, until after years of trial and error, and the development, the 8th expedition returned sane and intact. They told of a new continent of matter. They told the Queen and her counselor, Dolores Day, that the Pale had begun to condense, day after, slowly raining down, until it formed a vast ocean.
The air is cold and scented with... There are rain circles on water all around. So does the lieutenant. The droplets feel warm.
The phenomenon has never again been encountered. For a time, the crew thought they were experiencing a hallucination. The mass hand proclaimed, "Lancielinde, Lancielinde," the signal to wake up. But they could not. They were sane and conscious, as islands began to appear on the horizon. There are 78,000 uninhabited islands in the Insulindian archipelago, officer. Après la vie, la mort. Après la mort, la vie encore. Après la mort, le gris. Après la gris, le monde encore.
After life, death. After death, life again. After the Isola, the Pale. After the Pale, Isola again.
On the second day, a great skua was shot down above the flagship Lysergique. The bird was preserved and brought back. 4 years later, the Queen's Counsellor was proclaimed Her Innocence Dolores Day, the elected world spirit. The age of humanism, Internationalism and parliamentary rule followed. We were high. On Caillou, the Pebble, the largest of the fertile uninhabited islands of the northeast Insulindian archipelago. The first living autonomous organism. Proof of reality. It's the symbol of Insulinde. In your defense, it is a nasty creature who plucks food from the throats of lesser birds. Yet much like Revachol, it is also magnificent. The nations of Mundi proceeded to discover 5 more Isolae. Or they discovered us. All in the rush of the great inter-Islary reconnection. But these others weren't uninhabited. We had to kill people there. Wipe out indigenous populations. Gunboat economies. Or they came to do the same for us. Or had done to each other. There was no one but the Skua, the Liliat Saya, and the Blood Beach, and the River Esperance. It was the new world. The Mondials used it to amass the greatest concentration of wealth mankind has ever seen. Revachol, the suzerain, revolution, poverty, and the mercurial rise of capitalism. I will surrender Terminal B to the Union.
She puts her hand in the rain.
We will see.
Ma'am, this may well unravel property law this side of the river. If that occurs, we may never see the end of this kind of confrontation.
What happens will happen. The age of capital has only begun. I will talk to my employers in person. We will amputate and cauterize Martinez. If you handle the situation on the ground.
Forget about that. What was that about the age of capital only beginning? You need to talk politics with this lady.
I will try to do so, Harry. Is it? Keep the peace, and
How far along is
a confrontation is imminent. As your investigation protect their targets. Violence may be unavoidable. Soon. I do not know precise. One last thing, Lieutenant Dubois. I've given the matter much thought and come to this conclusion. You're not an amnesiac. You're insane. I know, because I, too, am insane. I just hide my illness better. No, Detective. No one's as insane as you.
Don't worry, madame. I am very sane.
I'm overexposed, baby. My travels take me through the Pale Dust. The same strict psychological regimen the 8th Admiral developed when he crossed the Pale and discovered this Isola.
You could use a little of it yourself.
Watch out for yourselves. They will strike soon. You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Of course. Anything to help. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away.
Of course. Of course. How else can I help? Of course. Anything to help. They've gone to... They don't have the same...
Vigilantes. You should show those meatheads exactly how savage you...
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand...
Did you miss the part?
That is a bad. That's wise. Our goal is to avert. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with.
She's not even asking you anything.
A takeover. Taking.
Green.
Then we're talking about an insane goal.
I've seen the Union's force. It will take more than... I am sure you have...
What do you suggest I do?
Maybe...
He's right. What will I do?
Her arms...
Did I ever tell you how they discovered this? It may be the nations. The Pale was... It was any... Until after years, the 8th expedition returned, slowly raining...
The air is... There are rains, so does the droplets feel.
The phenomenon has never... But they could not. Après la vie, la mort.
After life.
On the second day, 4 years later, the Queen's Counsellor was proclaimed on Caillou. The first... In your defense, the nations of Moy... But these others weren't. There was no one but the Skewer. Revolution. It is.
The gangs will run wild, jacking motor carriages, ferrying amphetamines through Coal City. Spring is tough in Revachol.
I will surrender Terminal B.
She puts her hand...
We will see.
Ma'am, this...
What happens when the age of capital has only begun. I will talk to my employer.
There are no employers. She's a member of the board. Probably a partner.
You are the citizens' militia. There are no superiors.
You're wrong, Detective. And next time, you should confer with those superiors before you go setting events in motion.
Here I am. I am the face, and I'm here to answer. Rejoice Layton. Yes, Mr. Clare has a 2-month head start. I can't let it grow any bigger. And I've exhausted all my options from here. Keep the peace, and I...
How far along is Prunella?
The confrontation is... As your investigation... Protect their targets. Violence may be unavoidable, but we can limit the casualties. Soon. One last thing, Lieutenant Dubois. I've given... I know, because I, too, am insane. I just hide my illness better. No, Detective. No one's as insane as you.
Don't worry, Madame. I am very sane.
The same strict psychological regimen...
You could use a little of it yourself.
Watch out for yourselves. They will strike soon.
The lieutenant watches with worry in his eyes. Slowly, the... Stop. Just up ahead. You are prepared. Don't raindrops slip from the barrels of your Villiers.
Yes, I hear commotion. Let's go.
Good. The white ceramic cuirass hugs your torso, shielding your vitals without adding much bulk to your form. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. For the day you have to fight some... The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning. Put your damn gun down. Shut up!
This is the mercenary at the gates. There's something very wrong with him.
This is a misunderstanding. Not...
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and
You are all drunk. Come to your senses.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me...
He is facing
peaceful.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible.
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like this?
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed.
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene. The Mercenary Tribunal. If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
Get lost, comedian. You cop. Pig, fuck! Ah, yeah! Welcome to...
No one is going to kill anyone.
With the wordless, the leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Shoot him in the mouth. Yes, yes. Just shoot him. I'm barely keeping you together here. No time to talk. He will only rattle you.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at you.
She's fucking gone! Stay cool! Drop! The company bitch is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck, are we still...
Guys, I just getting the...
Hold your ground! Any more...
They're afraid. Or no, the rest will stay. They will hold their ground.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner. The raddest. The killer. What do you think he does?
What are we waiting for?
Hold your fire!
He is not used to commanding or leading. He feels uncomfortable. He'd rather shoot.
Yeah? Who did then? How fucking...
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
One of us? Saying we? How about the kid? Go ahead. Tell me.
Listen, please.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. Your mind grinds to a halt. All you can see is the revolver. The shot rings in your...
I'm okay.
Fuck this!
Gene!
He'll be ripped apart. They all will. The moment the third...
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it...
What am I doing? My fucking establishment is under fire! She left her room...
We should have arrested her.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
A small explosion expels the bullet like dice.
Go ahead. Gather another truck. Kill him.
To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. A low shot rings. You feel a tapping, like rain on your chest plate. Heavy drops of rain. You got hit. The armor...
God, please.
2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant. Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rude, an unbelievable shot. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you.
Oh God.
A look of happiness. Here it comes. Death. You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing.
You're bleeding out. Yes, keep talking.
But you can't. It's so hard. A shadow towering. Someone stands there. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you scream. There is no room for hesitation. You hear a roar of pain. A death.
This is death. One more door.
The fight? There is no fight. He's not taking it. And rotting.
He can't go. There is a radio in the distance.
Ours turn today. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stopped.
You see the lieutenant's... It's nothing. You're alive.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's the bruising in your shoulder is negligible. We will see.
You won't be able to dance much. That's for sure. You should be...
Not very. I have a concussion from the major, but things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see... No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman, back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent... I'm sure they're worried about you. I did. No need. Easy now.
You can take it. Your balance is way off.
How are you?
He nods.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Drouamin and Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to... I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. I honestly don't know. Do you? Because we can't talk to Evrard, the harbor. I don't know what to think. It might not have been a bad idea. There is a pin somewhere in the machine. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal. I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone... Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. I don't know. That's been there for years. Yes. God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
He does not know what to... It's morning outside, you think. He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Really?
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to limp? Good.
A gust of wind blows in from the bay.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one...
I'm all out. Put your damn gun... Shut up!
This is the mercy. There's something very...
Shh. This is a misunderstanding.
The crypt.
You are all drunk.
Easy.
He is peaceful. Nest in your abdomen.
Fuck, there's a...
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all. Heavily.
If this turns into a firefight, we should...
Get lost, comedian.
Here, fuck!
To your left.
We're gonna tear right through.
No one is going to kill a...
With the wordless, the leader gives a small nod. Shoot him in the mouth. Yes, yes. Just shoot him. I'm barely keeping you together here. No time to talk. He will only rattle you. A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from it. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways. You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the light. The man tilts his head, trying. Watch out. To your left.
God, please.
2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. Its aim, blood gushes from the helmet's eye. An unbelievable shot. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled... Oh God! You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger. You can't. There is no time. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out. Yes, keep talking.
But a slender white shadow towering. Someone's scream immediately. No, you said that's all it takes. There is no room. You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears.
This is death. One more.
The fight, he's not taking it. And rotting.
He can't go. There is a radio in it.
Hours time. It was him. He is the infernal engine.
It's nothing. You're alive. That's what matters.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, we will see.
You won't be able to dance much. That's...
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. Back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent off his... I'm sure they're worried about you. I did. No need. Not very. I have a concussion from that. Things would be worse if you didn't want. Easy now.
You can take it. Your balance is way off.
How are you?
He nods.
Sunrise Parabellum.
Isn't that written on your...
It served you well. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are... I think we may have held it off, for now. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. What happened? You shot the Major in the face. Yes.
You're a real killer, Harry. A blood-stained killer.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you died. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. Yes. You were bleeding out. You said something, I don't know what. And you walked.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened. The Pole was the last to die. Everhart had their bodies returned to Crenel for a few... Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor. Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. 4. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, and Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets. All. Oh no, officer. It's pretty bad. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And...
His smoking. His hunch.
I honestly don't know. We can't talk to Everhart. The harbor... I don't know what to think. It might not have been a bad idea. There is a pin somewhere in the... Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. Oh yes. Turns out it was a bad idea.
Who would have figured?
That was our job to find out, wasn't it? Honestly, I just don't know. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. Absolutely. There's no other way to go. Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case. I don't know. That's been there for years. Yes, God curse the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
He arches his brow. The ceiling.
It really is very...
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to limp? Good. Where do you want...
A gust of wind blows in from the bay.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot...
There it is. I picked the best one. Get a load of this rock and roll cop hair, people. Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head. But now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. You raise the bottle, close a nostril. Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. You could... Whoa. Time for a little truth. Tell the lieutenant you did some spring.
I'm all out of shits to get. Put your... Shut up!
This is the... There's something very wrong.
This is a
The Kipt is merciful.
You are all drunk.
Easy, Lizzie.
He is
peaceful.
Nest in your...
Fuck.
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all.
If this turn...
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
Get lost, comedian. You
pig fuck!
Ah, yeah. Well,
no one is going.
With the wordless, the leader. Shoot him in the mouth. No, wait. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he gets under yours?
Rude. All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
What do you think he does? Smart, Loin.
Now is the time. Stop waiting.
Yes.
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too. Or...
Nah.
Enough already! What is...
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance. You think I care what that company cunt?
Now is not a good time to...
She's fucking... Stay cool! The company bitches.
Guys,
Hold your ground!
They're afraid. All of... No. The rest will stay.
Yeah? Who did that? The bird.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
She used to work in...
You think I'm fucking stupid? How about the kid?
Listen, please.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we...
You're lying.
A Kiel Model 40 revolver.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Liars.
The shot rings in your ears. The young woman stands and looks behind her.
I missed.
Not true. He purposefully over-aimed and shot the window.
I know what I heard, Corty.
That doesn't sound good. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacier, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
She left!
Unarmed, hunched.
What am I doing? She left!
We should have arrested her.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one.
All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
Pops, you have no idea about the rights, Crenell. If I fuck and kill you, no one's going to give a sh...
Okay, it's not much. But now fire. Fuck them up. Do it. The muscles on your back tense up. Of course, nothing bad will happen. Talk about his dead friend. Even better.
You don't fucking talk.
Okay, yes. Immediate failure. Things are worse now. He's observing your every motion carefully. A plume of smoke and fire erupts. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways. You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks. The man tilts his head. Watch out! To your left.
God, please.
2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. Oh God! You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises the look of vengeance. Here it comes. Death. You can't. There is no time. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing light.
You're bleeding out. Yes, keep talking. Stay awake.
But You can't. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stand. Scream immediately. No, you say. That's all it takes. You hear a faint scream.
This is death. One more.
The vine? He's not. And rotting.
He can't go. There is a radio in the distance. You're thirsty.
Ours turned. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stopped.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape. It's nothing. You're a
Sunrise, Parabellum. It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off. Mr. Gart cleaned it. 2 days. In and out. Sunrise Parabellum.
Isn't that written?
It served you well. The gates of the harbor are board. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. That's right. Ouch, indeed. What happened? Yes.
You're a blood-stained killer.
You're an officer of the RC. As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive. Yes. You were bleeding out. You said something. I don't know what.
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened. The Pole was the last to die. Everhart had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. Because we deterred them? Or Joy? Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. 3. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Theo, he was just too old for all. Let's face it, officer, and this is both of our fault. It could have gone a little, but what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into, and...
He's smoking.
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. We will see.
You won't be able to dance much. That's...
Not very. Things would be worse if you didn't... No.
A man and a woman sit in the... Back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. I'm sure I did. No need. Easy now.
You can take it. Just your balance is way...
How are you?
The lieutenant does. He thinks you should sit back down.
I honestly don't know. Do you? I don't know what to think. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept... Guard confirmed she left 20 minutes pro... I don't know. I think the dangerous theory you presented on Classio was... Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible...
shits to give. Put your damn... Shut up!
This is the mercenary at the gates. There's something very wrong.
This is a misunderstanding.
The Kipt.
You are all drunk.
Easy.
He is peaceful. Nest in your abdomen.
Fuck, there's a...
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all.
If this turns in...
A sound stretch.
The mercenary tribunal. No. We have to step in. This is not...
Get lost, comedian. You pig fuck! Ah, yeah.
No one is...
With the leader. Shoot him in the mouth. No, wait. Even if it comes... I don't know about this getting under his skin.
Rude.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner. The rat. What do you think he does? Smart.
Now is the time. Stop waiting.
Yes.
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too. Or, like, drunker. You don't want to die sober, do you?
Nah.
Enough already!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
Now is not a good
She's fucking gone! Stay cool! The company bitch is gone. Like,
Guys,
hold your ground!
They're afraid. No, the rest will stay. They...
Who the fuck is that?
Glacier, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
What am I doing? She left!
We should have arrested her.
Hey, Bushman!
For God's sake, tell him the Hardys didn't do it. Present.
Yeah? Who did that?
Time. You had time. To fuck.
Time is up, Loincloth. Give me a name. Now! How fucking...
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
What the fuck?
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? Go ahead.
Listen.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. The Hardy boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we took him out back in the...
You're lying.
A Kiel Model 40 revolver.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Liars.
The shot rings in your... The young woman stands and looks behind.
I missed.
Not true.
I know what I heard.
That doesn't sound good. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call. All right. Here, you only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
What always happens when you get good at your job? The same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck. Not after this.
Okay, it's not much. Now fire. Fuck them up. Do it. The muff dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner. Reporting
as he moves. The Cortiner.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death by lead. Baby Blue, yeah. It was creepy, but bitches like that. Fuck do you mean?
We've heard testimony.
Yeah. He liked... If Laylee was here...
Ready to open...
This one isn't used to being suited this long. She's uncomfortable. We'll open fire.
Our colonel did what he had to do.
In your ship pipes!
He likes to fire mortars at random coordinates.
He was a good commander.
Oh yeah. He would have commanded... Fucking murdered him. Had him stink the village up for 2 weeks after.
Listen, man.
Told us what? What did you say? Find his killer. Cop. His killer stands right there. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're...
Big talk, but you got him to admit he's a bad leader. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
What's the matter, Loin?
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Rude. Kill him.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes. You leap left. A small angle passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your. The man tilts his head. Watch out. To your left.
God, please.
2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from the poor Glenn. Oh God! Watch out! You can't. There is no time. Something inside your The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running. It's Titus with a splat like meat. He's not gonna make it. Nothing. A persisting darkness.
You're bleeding out. Yes.
But a shadow towering. Someone stands there. Scream immediately. No, you say, and that's all it takes. You hear a roar.
This is dead.
The fight? He's not and rotting.
He can't. There is a radio in it. You're thirsty.
Ours. It was him. He is the infernal engine.
It's not.
Sunrise, Parabellum. What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. As retaliation, their rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital. Yesterday. Alain and the young musician, I forget his... Yes. You were bleeding out by then. You warned me. I was able to disarm...
Thank you.
I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though. And that's what happened. He's in a private hospital across the river. Crenel claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's...
There is unveiled.
We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did so. 4. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one. Yes. All. Oh, no, officer. It's pretty...
I'm all out of shits to give. Put your damn gun down. Shut up!
This is the Mercer. There's something very wrong.
Shh.
This is a misunderstanding.
The crypt is...
You are all drunk.
Easy with it.
He is peaceful. Nest in your abdomen.
Fuck. There's...
This third one, he is the most...
Get lost, pig fuck!
Oh, people are...
No one is going to...
With the leader. Shoot him in the mouth. No, what? Even if it comes... I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he...
Yeah? Who did that? How
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
What the fuck? You think I'm fucking... Go ahead.
Listen.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him.
Your lie.
A Kiel Model 40.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us fight.
Fucking liars.
The shot rings in your ear. The young woman stands and looks.
I missed.
Not true.
I know what I heard, Cortex.
That doesn't sound good. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act
Rude.
all of you cunts inside out.
This?
Now is the time.
Yes.
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too. Or, like...
Nah.
Enough already!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
Alright. Here, you only have time for...
I am a Grinnell Major with over 15 years of live comp. Nah. I just...
Technically, the other man has the biggest gun. But, we're beyond...
You're right. But...
Okay, it's not much. But now fire. Fuck them up. Do it.
Who the fuck is...
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Unarmed. Hunched.
She left!
We should have arrested...
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one! You think I care what that...
Now is not a good time to strike.
He's fucking gone! Stay cool! The company bitches.
Guys,
Hold your ground!
They're afraid. All of them. Trembling reeds in the... No. The rest will stay. They would hold their ground. Dangerous. Ask about him first.
Yeah. I don't. Sergeant Major Rao...
As he moves, the intercourting...
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death. Baby Blue. It was creepy, but bitches. Fuck do you mean?
We've heard this...
Yeah. If Laylee was here...
Ready to open fire.
This one isn't used to being suited this long.
Find his... I know what this
This did nothing. You think you were onto something? You just wasted time. Please, act. A small explosion
I'm all out of shits to give. Put your... Shut up!
This is the mercy. There's something very...
Shh. This is a misunderstanding. No.
The crypt is murdered.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses.
Easy.
He is peaceful. Nest in your abdomen.
Fuck, there's a...
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all.
If this turns in...
A sound strategy.
Get lost,
Big fuck!
Oh, people are gonna...
No one is going...
With a word, the leader. Shoot him in the mouth. No, what? Even if it comes to a fight, I don't know about this getting under his skin. What?
Yeah? Who? How? Fuck?
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex.
What the f... You think I'm fucking stupid? Go ahead.
Listen, please.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together.
You're lying.
A Kiel Model 40
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us.
Fucking liars.
The shot ripped the young woman stabbed.
I missed.
Not true.
I know what I heard.
That doesn't sound... What topic? Shots of...
You think I care what that company... She's fucking gone. Stay cool. The company bitches.
Guys,
Hold your ground.
They're afraid. No, the rest will stay. They would hold their...
Yes.
Yeah? So what?
Nah.
Enough already!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you. Who the fuck is...
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Unarmed. Hunched. But...
She left!
We should have arrested...
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one.
Alright. You only have time for one argument.
Pops, you have no idea. If I fuck and kill, no one's going to get...
Okay, it's not much. But he's thinking... Now fire. Fuck them up. Do it. The muscles on your back tense up. A plume of smoke and fire erupt. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel. You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. The man tilts his head. Watch out! To your
God, please.
2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. Blood gushes from the helmets. An unbelievable Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled...
Oh God, watch out!
You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger. You can't. There is no time. So the Hardy Boys are screaming.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Warm blood pool.
Don't go into shock. Hold on.
Most of what's down there. It's all gone. No. Nothing. A persisting darkness.
You're bleeding out.
Yes, keep...
But you can't. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there.
Scream immediately. He's gonna die.
No! That's all. You hear a
This is death.
The fuck? He's not and rotting.
He can't go. There was a radio in it. You're thirsty.
I was tired. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He...
You see the lieutenant's... It's nothing.
Sunrise, Parabellum. What happened? Yes.
You're a blood stain.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged. I shot and wounded him. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo... Yes. You were bleeding out. You said something, I don't know what. And you...
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened. The pole was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. 3. Glenn, Theo, Angus, all. Yes, officer. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And...
He's smoking. He's hunched back.
Sunrise Parabellum.
Isn't that written on?
It served you. The gates of the harbor. I think we may have held it off, for now. Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay. It's not ouch time yet. You just go to Drouamin. Mr. Gart cleaned it. 2 days. In and out. Reasonably bad. We will see.
You won't be able to dance much.
Not very. Things would be worse if you... No.
A man and a woman sit in back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fact. I'm sure there... I did. No need. Easy now.
You can take it. Just don't lean on... Your balance is way off.
How are you?
He nods.
I honestly don't know. We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. I don't know what to think. It might not have been a bad idea. There is a pin somewhere in the machine. Something is keeping Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. Guard confirmed I don't know. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. I don't know. That's been there for you. Yes, God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out, he arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins over.
It really is very hard.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to limp? Good.
A gust of wind blows in from the bay.
Let's do that. We can start upstairs in Classia's bedroom. I have not done a thorough sweep after she left. Another look at the window, perhaps?
The bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean. You see the reflection. The bathroom mirror has been wiped. These papers bear the stamp.
I had Gart open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. Back there on the plaza, I think you very nearly had a heart attack. Alcoholism has damaged you more than... I am sure neither of us.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S.
A gift. I am not drawing my gun.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instantly. Just don't walk into another radio.
It's hardly surprising.
The medicine cabinet has been cleaned. Pity.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was...
This window is pristine, at least on the inside. A red thread has been taped to the glass using
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes. Like the witness said, the man is kneeling. The woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast ending him. The red thread bisecting the room shows the trajectory of the bullets. From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes far. Maybe if you extrapolate all possible points of origin first, the thread will make sense. Ruby ruled this out vehemently. The shot would have been heard from downstairs, where no one heard it. The likelihood of A prime has fallen drastically. The shot had to come from a greater distance, beyond A prime. Should we extrapolate? According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations. B prime for Boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the Islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. 700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. This would explain why no one heard the gunshot. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. 1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin, beyond the docks somewhere. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 8B and Then there's the thread the witness left. She did have a first-hand view of the event. Perhaps she found something in the outer reaches. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, the island in the bay.
She was there that night. It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we try? I find that hard to believe. But at this, unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna, that is where the thread seems to point. So it is.
The wind blows in. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez looking under every rock and talking to every person. But what else is there? He sees danger. Another trap, perhaps. He must be cautious for a reason. This man has decades of experience.
Not a lot, no. No, I just don't want to walk into another embarrassment. I am a creature of pride, you see. Of course. I mean, how do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course. The village.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? Below the damage, the weeks of... How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol.
Huh? How old? 58? You asked. 42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately. I didn't say 62, I said 58.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements. To the laboratorium. You clearly see footprints in the down.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 looks like it.
A creak.
Downstairs in the hall.
Remember the dice maker?
Ah, yes, as the novelty that...
But then it went bankrupt.
If that's true, then he does not appear to...
Stupid superstition. But you clearly see
Jackpot. These, unlike everything...
You clearly see
Jackpot.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots.
No. These little horizontal... The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be...
Everything around you is quiet.
It means someone snuck these prints, officer.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching. I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, with the drinks on... Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sun... Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass. Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a shit if I die. Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass. Yeah, well, fuck you too then. You have any more questions or stylistic pronunciation? No problem. Now, another thing. Great. I love those. Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we... Yeah, neither do I. Thank you for telling me, I guess. Good thing...
Sounds like she has money tucked away somewhere.
Why? No. Yeah, well, she's not a... Anyway, I'll forward that woman her bill and be done with it. Now, was there anything else? Yes?
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
That was one. I guess what I'm trying to say here is...
His hand is covered in bruise. This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Okay, Mr. Sunshine. I guess I'd be pretty gloomy, too. Theo was old. I think he'd be... But Angus... He was just as stupid. And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I love that crazy homo like my own brother. Dennis, you saw him run. He's a mean little...
Titus makes no attempt to hide his disgust. Grief-stricken anger boils in him.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get...
Oh, you might die of a...
Hey. Fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
First,
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
We're hunting. I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to...
He's right. The numbers...
Don't know. Don't care. Nope.
He nods and takes another sip of whiskey.
Judging by the sight of you...
Yeah. Go pay Monica visiting Janrock. She's got a nap.
Hell, you...
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
Take care, coppers. You too look after...
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess.
Thanks for getting involved, guys.
And if you ever feel like the uniform...
And Titus Hardy.
I will, Capo. That's a promise. Now scoot.
Take it easy on the drink. The
Good point, Beano Claude.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that this was Cindy the Scar.
Looks like it, yes. And blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. Rain turns to vapor above the burning message. The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Man, what a day. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed. Hey, that's just what I heard. Old wives' tale. Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you. But hey, you're still breathing, right? Okay.
The lieutenant.
Oof, good on her. And good on you, too. And she didn't do it. Believe me.
All right. That's enough sharing details about the investigation for one.
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire! What kind of a policeman are you? That's nice. Better somehow. Can I help in any way? Yes? Yes. We all got to go sometime.
We are both very...
It is what it is. I just don't know anymore. About...
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. Which book was it, sir? Oh, I'm very sorry, sir.
Oh my god! Things have gotten out of hand! I thought the psychic stuff was bad, but the crime! It's even worse! I haven't been able to come to work for 3 days. The shop has been locked. No sales, gangbangers running around, shooting everyone. And oh my god! Even the police can't take care of all of this. Maybe I should close the bookstore and open a psych. I could teach people to protect themselves against bad energies and to fight crime. No need to be modest, good officer. In the meantime, do buy the books. Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Some of these are...
She calls that customer service. Give up. You'll never find the answer. There's no other copy of Dick Mullen and the Mistaken. There isn't. If only you had more time. Maybe if there had been more, or that, yeah.
Give me a moment.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Trying to sneak...
That's teens. She couldn't be more.
Excuse us.
Yeah, I don't know.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste. Okay, here. I hope Saint.
The boyardero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood.
Any political movement goes through a period of yet it calls back to an older era where this was commonplace. Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out. No, man.
He says it matter-of-factly.
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. I'm sure I'll be luckier than you, friend.
Yes?
You pick over what's left of your frontal cortex. A lorry stuck in the traffic. The windows are clear. The scaffolding around the old monument has been taken down. In its place, an apricot scepter shines party bright across the monument. Glitter balls dangle like severed heads below the eternal king of disco. It is unmistakably a vision of you in your prime.
Doesn't feel right to party now, does it? Are you at least happy with it? Detective, I have a few questions, if you don't. About this, pursuit of wealth, pursuit of recognition.
He nods.
Why did you do it?
He nods. The roundabout. Honest. Maybe even too honest. Nothing wrong.
And was it all worth it? Ah, yes. All right. Shall we? We still have some things left to do before we can go home. I don't think we have time for that. And even if we did, I doubt he's around any... Sure.
The disco dancer towers above, mounted on a horse. Numerous rods and ropes still... Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted. Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting. The monument stands high. A lorry abandoned. The smell of cigarettes and perfume. A metallic door slides out from the... It's an issue. It looks like an art. These formulas look...
The Ulan frequency system?
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest, you close the rusty old...
Everyone says you people. They say you'd kind of died for a moment. That you let your shit out already. But then just don't think because you got half your dick shot off. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as...
Feels good for some reason.
Watch out, pig. It's a dangerous world out... Who knows?
An old called East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. Silence. No one answers your call. This button looks...
This button looks new.
Silence. They have failed. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. Nothing happens. You're going to just stand there and take it from a doorbell? Your fist crashed.
You just keep on beating those things, don't you?
You wait for a minute or two. You wait for a minute or two. But silence. No one answers the door. You ring the... Just seeing the words, Andrew, congratulations, you've destroyed. You hear the same waiting room music, but no one picks.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Something is wrong. No reply.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is... It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, no more dangerous than stepping between three armed mercenaries. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking out... You can try calling again.
They're shutting you up. Everything sounds okay. No drug in the cabin, you see.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second. Sylvie Malay. Yes. Oh, great. What else do you need to tell? You mean, why did I...
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know.
You hear the...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? It will take the...
Her voice is...
Gottlieb, what is it now? Ah, it's you. Great. Any other complaint? Oh, it's you. I know a woman skilled at that sort of thing over in Jamrock, but I wouldn't... Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Right.
10-4, come in. Fireworker, over. 10-4, sir. Well, there has been some talk, sir. I only meant that there has been some talk in the station, that's... But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over. Roger that. 10-10, over.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get it in its purest form. Now.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Wow! A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised. Cool! That's cool!
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there.
Oh! Oh!
Because you need to solve the biggest case.
Oh! I like expeditions! And I like you!
Corruption.
Great! Well, no rush, but it'd be good to know what you... Yeah! Right. Let's hear you then. I put a lot of work into that project, Tequila. A lot of... What do you mean? The timing couldn't be better. Let your personal brand strategist handle the timing, alright?
What more could you want? He got your brand out there while giving back to the community.
Fuck yeah, they will! Tequila, bet you're glad you hired me as your personal brand strategist now. You bet your ass I will. Thanks for this, boss. Just what I...
Uncle.
There's no way.
The legend! He's back. And firstly, I got smoke.
What can I do for you?
The scruffy-haired little boy.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
Welcome back. Ouch. When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess it wasn't. Anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry. Man, that must suck.
The silver bird has already flown away. I will catch it later.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Aggressive, monotonous, but also...
A better deal! Yeah! J'adore! God is close by, but maybe he doesn't have good enough ears.
Hello, mister. It's Lammy. He's my...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? Bye.
Is that the phasmid? Wait, what if this is the fishing rod situation all over again? fine. It's not a phasmid. It's not even organic. Just a fire iron resting by the fireplace. But
Aye. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen. What do you expect?
she sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Is this from the shooting in town?
There was an exchange of...
You didn't only get shot.
Well, good for you. So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Hi. I guess you are. Of course. Can I help you with something? That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with ether, will you?
That's cool. You boast in your bacterial...
If you promise to bring it back. And no scraping the hull. I just got it nice.
Of course, ma'am.
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the...
Nothing. Just ruins. Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think.
Hasn't been there.
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddy. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do. On rafts. The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along and...
Can we maybe ask your tweet?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of... Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it...
The scruffy head.
On that island, that's, nothing. It's just, and we make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but...
I don't know what those are. They're lies.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy.
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't. Yes.
Because he doesn't want a suspicious request made out of fear.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are...
Yes. No, he doesn't live. No, he lives there. He doesn't live there.
Anything else?
I don't know. We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there. Our father. Don't say that, he didn't.
A dull pain flashes through your mind.
I'm sorry. There's a...
Lights. Fire guy.
The edges of the pages are... The jacket copy proclaims, "Man from Heimdall returns in his most exciting adventure yet. After crashing into a strange jungle, he is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to the ancient citadel of Cloud City." You open the book to a random page. His arms, whirling like windmills, are soaked with the blood of... You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in 38. Berserker rage burns in his azure-hued eyes as he brings glory and honor to his long-lost Heimdall tribe. From the village of Heimdall, the ivory giant roars like an ice bear, and the winds of Gatla howl out his... Man from Heimdall rides on a gilded griffin, his golden mane billowing in the breeze. Both Zweihanders sheathed, the steel muscles of Man from Heimdall gleam in the humid jungle air. Yet the man does not sweat. A passage reads, "The man from Heimdall looks up, his eyes blue as the mountain lakes of his homeland. He rarely speaks. Thine spells are no match for purity and strength of will. Brothers of Heimdall, stand above the vices of flesh, for it is weak and corrupt. I have grand plans for you, man from Heimdall." She gestures her diabolical hand toward an array of potions and unguents. "First, you shall please me. Then lead my armies against the vicious cannibals." Not in the final pages, Man from Heimdall mounts Galavarin, his mighty griffin, and turns his gaze to the horizon. Queen Lydiana. To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up Man from Heimdall and the Three-Eyed Skull. Available in fine bookstores everywhere. It's just a racist mug. But the note is written with a blue pen. It's like the production schedule you found. A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Yes, from the height of antiquity. The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. There is a movement next to you. Why are you talking to a gum wrapper? Bitter, citrus, until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Your heart working overtime, trying... The worn map features. Your finger moves through the... Finally coming to a halt. The thick journal bound in brown... The thick journal bound in brown leather. The most recent, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive. What's my next? That name is a small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M though. Great. M, then again, isn't that the call? You didn't follow through. You should have the thought steadies you. Been holed up here for 3. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? The entry ends abruptly. The thick journal. Fairweather, T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite,